So let's talk politics for a minute. I want to talk about sleepy Joe Biden and shucking and jiving Kamala Harris and the black folks that just love to vote for these folks. Donald Trump, he's in and out of court. I want to know whether black folk are just going to vote for sleepy Joe Biden just because they're black.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Is that going to be the case this year? And you're just going to vote for him because he's black and not get nothing? Or are you going to vote for, shucking and jiving Miss Kamala Harris, who she lets you know that you ain't getting nothing from her?
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
She don't have a problem with admitting that. And the reason why she don't have a problem with admitting that is because she probably just has no desire. People like sleepy Joe Biden, what they do is, some of us black folk are just so delusional and we just fall for anything. They pander to black folks regularly because they know you're gullible and you go for it. For example, they say, well, if you black folk vote for me, then I'll give one of y'all a job. In comes Kamala Harris. He gives Kamala Harris a job, and guess what?
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
She ain't going to do nothing for black folk. All she got is a job, and all we got is the symbolism of having a black woman as vice president. What has she done?
When you were DA in San Francisco, when you left office, African Americans were 19 times more likely to be prosecuted for minor drug offenses than whites and Hispanics. When you were Attorney General of California, you increased the disproportionate incarceration of blacks in California.
Last voting cycle, black folks said, we just want Trump out. We just want Trump out. Joe Biden won and Trump was gone. And then later on, y'all talking about what they should do for black folk and how come they're not doing this. And, the immigrant crisis is here now and they're getting all the tax dollars and they're getting all this and they're getting all of that. And I say, well, black folk, why are you complaining? You didn't want nothing. You wanted Trump out. You got it. And that's all you got. Because that's all you asked for. See, so now you don't even have anything to hold sleepy Joe Biden accountable for. So what's going to happen now? Remember Ice Cube? You had Ice Cube that stepped out there. Just a rapper, just a movie maker. He was probably minding his own business. And he looked at the situation and said, well, damn, black folk ain't going to do nothing. And he brought his little agenda. And then you had those women step in and, attempt to cut him down on that TV program. Vivica Fox and Diamond from the Players Club. Y'all remember Diamond from the Players Club, right? Well, Diamond, she kicked in. She tried to shoot him down. And all he was trying to do is get something from is to get something for black folks, to get something in exchange for their vote. But I guess, black folk wasn't interested in that. But me, I'm a little, I'm kind of up there in age. I'm probably older than, quite a few of the people that are watching this broadcast right now. And I can tell you, Joe Biden don't mean you no good. And I'm talking about black folk.
And you ain't black. and you ain't black. And you ain't black.
In the 90s, Joe Biden made up this crime bill. Him and the Clintons, they were all for it. And all of a sudden, they passed this crime bill. The incarceration rate shot up. And guess who, out of everybody that was committing crimes, out of all the folks in the United States, it just so happens that the majority of people that were filling up those prisons were black folk. It seems like they were the target. They did a poll. Back then, powdered cocaine was very expensive, but crack was very cheap. So the majority of black people were doing crack cocaine because that was the drug that they could afford. You know, the majority of white folk were doing powdered cocaine. So what did they do? They made stiffer prison sentences for people who were caught with crack cocaine. Now, I'm not saying that, crack cocaine is all right to do. No. But there's a target. We're being targeted, or we were being targeted, and Joe Biden and the Clintons were behind it. But y'all love the Clintons. You love the Democrats. Remember that time when Hillary Clinton was on the Breakfast Club and she went into her bag and she said, yeah, I got hot sauce in my bag. And she pulled out her hot sauce that was in her bag, and the black folk were loving it. They were like, oh my God, she eats hot sauce on her chicken.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you getting information right now?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce in my bag, Swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Charlemagne the God looked at her and said, well, Hillary, what do you think about black folks that might say this is just pandering to them? And you know what Hillary Clinton said? Go look at the interview. Hillary Clinton's response to that question was, well, is it working? Let me repeat that. Charlemagne said, don't you think black people might look at this as pandering to black people with the hot sauce in the bag and all of that? And she looked at him and said, well, is it working? Why did she say that? Because it was working.
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now, listen, I
yes.
just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
She knew that black folk were so not smart that all she had to do in order to get the black vote was put a bottle of hot sauce in her bag and for her to relay that she eats hot sauce. So we went to the polls and we voted for Democrats because she eats hot sauce. And then think about it. Sleepy Joe Biden, all he did was to get the black vote at the last presidential election. He gave Cardi B an interview. Now, he didn't give a prominent politician. You got everybody in the black caucus. Everybody in the black caucus that he could have interviewed, but he interviewed Cardi B. And Cardi B got up on TV and, Cardi B was Cardi B.
Well, first thing first, let me keep it a buck. I just want Trump out. Also, I of course want free Medicare, and this is why it's important to have free Medicare, because look what's happening right now. I of course think that we need free college education. That's second, and I want black people to stop getting killed.
Shout out to Cardi B, the WAP lady. But see, Democrats know that this is all that they got to do. All they got to do is go get Cardi B, give Cardi B an interview, and black folks will vote for them. Maybe he'll get some hot sauce this time and, announce to the world that, he got his bottle of Red Hot and he put that on everything. You can't tell he is like 15 minutes away from being senile. How he gonna run a country? I don't know. What do you think? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know what's going on in the comments.